Well, hello, class. This is week 7 of Marriage and Family Systems from Moody Bible Distance Learning. I am your fearless leader, Professor Jeff, and let me tell you something. We had some excitement in our little town of Pontiac, Illinois last Wednesday night. A tornado hit our town, and I was actually in the Walmart parking lot about 20 minutes before it hit. We were storm watching with a friend who had a radar, and we saw it coming and got in the basement and it hit about 3 blocks south of us. We actually heard it. So it's pretty scary. And then the power went out, didn't come back on until the next morning. The governor was here. There were people everywhere. There was news people everywhere. But in the end, there was only a couple of injuries and everything else can be replaced. So thank you for praying for us. Actually, there was about a 20-minute period of time where I didn't know where my youngest son was, and we ended up finding him, and everything was okay. But pretty scary, and but God was good, and God protected us through it all. So week 7. I mean, 5 minutes ago it was week 2, and now it's week 7. So it's week 7. It's Tuesday, so I'm grading your class, and I wanted to stop and make a quick video to remind you that it's almost done. I mean, when you take an 8-week class in the summer, it's a lot. It's an entire semester slammed into 8 weeks. So I'm really proud of all of you. I am excited for these next couple of weeks because there's still more to learn. So this week you're going to be describing prominent problems in marriage, such as financial struggles, power struggles, and self-centeredness. Last week you talked about, you wrote about marriage versus manipulation. And then you're going to discover biblical principle for solving problematic marital issues. So you're reading a Sumner and then Chapman, which is a fantastic book, When Sorry Isn't Enough. And you're going to write in a reflection paper on what type of apology communicates best to you. When my children were young, I never allowed them to say, I'm sorry, because I'm sorry doesn't mean anything. I'm sorry is, I'm sorry I got caught, I'm sorry you feel bad, I'm sorry, whatever. I always made them say, I was wrong, will you forgive me? It's just a different way of looking at apology. So you're going to look at some apologies. And you're going to figure out which one really resonates in your heart. Now, it can be more than one. It can be a combination of a couple. And then you're also going to do a reflection paper of your thoughts on Sumner's views on Matthew 18 and in marriage. You also are going to do a budget. Now, don't turn your budget in. Your budget is going to be just for you. You're going to take that online budget. But I want you to do a reflection paper of simply telling me what you learned. How are you doing? You doing all right? Are you not doing all right? What are some highlights for you? And then your discussion board is you're going to share thoughts concerning how Matthew 18 and Ephesians 5 can be applied to marriage. So that's it. That's your week 7 assignments. And I would encourage you highly to be proactive this week because it's a 3-day weekend for many of us. And Monday is July 4th. I am a major history buff, and I've spent the last 2 years reading about the Revolutionary War and our founding fathers and everything. So if you know that, it's not July 4th, it's actually July 2nd, but we celebrate July 4th, right? So if you have any prayer requests, if you have any questions, please let me know. Your evaluation should have come in the mail, in your email, and I actually put a link to it as well. Please, 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 by July the 6th, please have that done. It'll take you 5 minutes. It's good for the class. It helps us do this class better, and it also helps me as a professor because this is the 3rd set of 8 weeks that I've been a professor of an online class. So I want to get better. So I think that's it. My dog's here, but he's asleep. I thought he was going to say hello, but he hasn't stirred. So all right, onward and upwards.